seconds after 6 o'clock. And I think that we're gonna go ahead and get started, even though there are technical difficulties tonight. Ms. Julie, I think it'll probably pick up here in a moment or two, possibly. But can we make sure that the public knows tomorrow,
Yes.
or even tonight?
Yes, we'll put something out, but
Please put something out that there were issues, please. Tonight, Mr. Mullins is not able to be here, and so as the vice chair, I'll be leading tonight's workshop. On Thursday night, he will be back, and we will open the evening with public comment. Tonight, there's nobody on public comment, and so we will continue forward. Just as a reminder, the comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual in the first 15 minutes of our workshop and meeting. And the comments have to pertain to current agenda items. If we can just keep that in mind. On Thursday night, we'll have the Good Citizenship Award, the Pledge of Allegiance, and a moment of silence, the Canyon County Schools Employee Spotlight, and then in addition to that this week, we're going to have the Red Ribbon Door Decorating Contest winners, sponsored by the Canyon County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
and with the Good Citizenship and the Employee Spotlight, I've changed that a little bit. We're adding more from each of the schools. Instead of just honoring one person from each school and one student, it's gonna be a representative from each school, an employee and a student. But it'll be a group picture. We're not gonna do the individual pictures. They'll, for the students, for example, they'll all be honored. They'll all say the pledge. We'll get a group picture all together with the admin from those buildings. And then the same with the employee spotlight as well. I just would like to honor, we have a lot of fantastic employees and students, and wanted to try to honor as many of those as we could.
It's a nice touch, Ms. Julie, thank you. Then we will have roll call, and then we will approve the November 13th, 2025 agenda for us to move forward for the night. Are there any questions or discussion about the agenda tonight? Anything at all? Okay. We'll move forward. Item number 2 is the consent agenda, and we will need to approve the minutes of October meeting. And we'll also, this month, we have one overnight or out-of-state trip, and that is the CCHS Sports and Entertainment Marketing Conference, and that's going to be in Orlando in January. Is there anybody here tonight to talk about that?
Yeah, it's just they've gone on this trip before with DECA.
It's DECA, okay. It sounds exciting. It sounds fun.
I think it's a really great trip for our students to get to attend.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Number 3 is our financial report, and that's for tonight only. Miss Andrea?
We have GP and federal imbalance. Food service, we are still waiting to get that imbalance. We're going to need some paperwork to complete that, and hopefully we'll have that done by this next week.
Awesome.
So if anybody has any questions about anything, my door is always open.
Perfect. Anybody have any questions tonight?
I don't know that I'm getting the emails on those,
Okay.
so,
I'll
If you
get
could
with my
look into-
full
okay.
technology
Okay.
department, and we'll see if that's happening or not.
I got the email, but it wouldn't open up because
Okay.
it says something about, it's the first time I had received an email from you, and
It probably has. We have been having some difficulty with my emails, like some of the schools I think have not been, the secretaries and the bookkeepers have not been getting it, so I've gotta get with my one, double check on that. It's like once you get my first one and
Yeah.
open it, then you'll get all the rest, but I don't
right,
know really what's going on with that. Maybe it's the, maybe firewall or something he's got set up, so I'll check into that for you.
thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Miss Andrea. Number 4, our supervisors' reports, and those will be always included in our board packet. Is there any conversation or discussion for our supervisors tonight? As always, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for always making sure we have those. We appreciate you very much in the work that you do. Number 5 this evening is to reapprove resolution number 4. Ms. Julie?
And Miss Andrea, can you help me with this one? The other one, I've got the other resolution. If you could just help with this one to explain this
That
one.
there originally when Douglas sent that to y'all, the monies were not correct, so
Okay.
we corrected those, and we just wanna make sure we have everything in line with our, state, the Department of Education. So there was a difference there in that, so we just wanna get that reapproved to make sure everything is correct, and we are in order for that.
I took a glance at that today, but did not look at it in depth, so we all need to do that before Thursday night. Thank you for making those corrections. Any discussion or questions? All right, number 6 is to approve resolutions, number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ms. Julie?
Okay. So resolution number 5 was back when, we had ESSER, and there was $1 million that was moved from our GP into the federal programs. And so since ESSER is no longer, a part of anything, they're wanting to move $600,000 back to GP and keep $400,000 in federal to, pay for some federal projects and things that they need the funds for.
We still have some grants that
Some
are
grants.
large that still need to be covered, so that's, I just didn't want to change, the balance.
Okay. That-
Got a good cushion.
Appreciate it.
Yes, I was gonna say, that's appreciated, appreciated. Very much.
Number 6 is where we, received the funds for the public safety school security grant.
Mhm.
And then the resolution number 7 is the after-school program, our LEAPS program, getting those funds of $75,000, and the receiving of the state special education preschool grant of the $24,036.67.
All right, any questions at all for Ms. Sheila? Or Ms. Andrew? Okay. Thank you, ladies, very much. Item number 7 is to approve TSBA recommendations from the annual audit. These are school board policies 4.210, that's concerning credit recovery. 4.605, and that's graduation requirements. And then 6.500, special education students.
So when TSBA did their annual audit, these were the 3 policies that we needed to do some updating on. For the 4.210, we had 70% listed, and it should be 60% now for the grading system. To pass is 60 and not 70 anymore, so we needed to get that changed. The graduation requirements, policy 4.605. The state requires 22 units of credit, but Cannon County requires 24. So we had to add that statement of the 22 per state law, and then locally is the 2 other credits to equal that 24 units of credit. And then the last policy with the special education students concerning that, 6.500, that had not been updated for a while, so there was a lot from the updated policy. So my recommendation is just to take the policy that they provided that's all in yellow and replace our current 6.500. Any questions about those policies?
I was reading Ms. Teresa's email from earlier
Oh,
today
yes, okay.
and
so-
wanted to make sure we had that and kind of discussed
Yeah,
as well.
So, Ms. Courtney had asked, that we had on the sheet that you have coming up, I believe it is, and then on the next, item
It's
number
during the
8.
next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I see, it had number 8, but it had the policy number on it, and that's
Yes.
what was
It did, yeah.
confusing me.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, so,
so let's move into that, and that's to approve those school board policies 4.100 to 4.805.
Correct.
Okay.
So 2 of the policies that we'll be updating fall into that
Yes.
number range. And so what had happened was TSBA, when they did this section 4 and listed all of our policies, they had two numbers 4.210. One they had listed as credit recovery and one as job experience
Job
something.
training
So
experiences.
Miss Teresa reached out to TSBA and that was an error on their part. So they took off the second 4.210 and just left the one for the credit recovery.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right. Number 9, tonight is the consideration of selling the Reading Safari bus. And I believe this goes to Miss Lisa.
Yes. So the Reading Safari bus is about 25 years old now, and it's just sitting. We used it for several years and did a lot with it, but nobody's used it in quite some time, and we're paying insurance on it, and anytime it needs to be moved for any reason, they have to come jump it off, and so there's a maintenance fee there, you know, somebody have to pay somebody to do that, so I think it's served its purpose with us, and I think it's time for it to move on. We're just not using it, so.
When we go about selling something like this, it would be different than, I'm losing my wording, y'all will pardon me for a minute. Surplus, we're not surplusing it. You
No,
would-
we put it out for bid.
Put it out for bid to see who would want to buy it, okay.
And I've already had several people since this went out contact me and said they wanted it, so. A couple churches have been interested, so who knows, maybe it'll be out there still doing something. It's better than it just sitting and not, it's kinda, it's done.
And then that money will go towards new buses?
Sure.
I
I don't think you'll get that right. but we'll
Hey,
try.
hey.
Penny counts.
Hey,
Great
a little
segue.
bit.
That's what I was about to say. As Miss Julie just said, that's a great segue into item number 10. We're gonna have to talk about, the purchases of new buses for the 26-27 school year.
Yeah, so we really need, if we want them by August of next year, we really need to go on and consider putting out our bid. We don't usually do that this early, but we really do because, we're gonna be losing 2 this year, so. Do we need to look at doing 2 this time? I mean, that's something you guys need to direct me on. That will be replacing Miss Kathy Simon's bus and our spare bus. So, the spare bus is just, they're just worn out. They've done their time. So, we will need 2 if we're gonna have a spare. And trust me, we need a spare.
Okay. You answered my next question, so you think 2 is the way to go?
I do think 2, because we do need a spare.
Okay.
Just like today, we had a middle school ball game, I think it was middle school, no, it was high school. We had a ball game somewhere today, and the bus driver left early, and Miss Amy picked up, had to double up with kids, and so if there had been a bus, I could have run that route, so it just helps. if we have something extra.
And your budget's good for 2?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see, we'll look.
I would say that this item needs, we can actually move that we put out bids
Yes,
with
that's
this.
what I'll do.
Okay, that's
Just
what
that
we
we
need to
can
do right
push
now, and then that would, after we have those bids, then we
Yeah.
can,
Then we'd have
See what
better
we got.
budget wise what we would need to do.
I gotcha.
We'll see
Yeah.
that, but I can't do anything until you tell me I can, so.
Anybody else got anything on that? Item number 11 is to approve permission, yes, that's right, okay. Approve permission to bid out safety, bollards. Well, I'm excited to find out what this is, cause I'm not for sure, for the elementary school and the middle school campus.
So, these are items that we got permission to purchase with the new, safety grant. And last time you all approved for quotes, and once they got into the process of looking at the bollards, those are the big cement, they can be straight,
Black Target has the big.
yeah, or the big balls that are in front of buildings
Or
and
at
things like
Walmart,
that.
they're
Yes, or they have the
poles.
poles,
Yes.
yes. So once they started looking into that, it pushed it over the $25,000 mark. So we have to come back and now have it with the wording of getting bids instead of quotes.
Okay,
for those.
so they just need to be, to
We-
move to bid it out.
Yes, move to
Okay.
bid it out instead.
I gotcha. Okay. Any question on that or discussion? Okay. Discuss, on item number 12 is to discuss and possible approval of the director evaluation rubric and tool.
So at the retreat, in the information that Ben gave was a sample of an evaluation for the director. And I just wanted to start conversation or get something going with that, so I know come whenever it is that whenever my evaluation is due, whether it's May, June, whenever that is, that, you know, we're all on the same page as to what tool we're looking at for an evaluation. There was this one, I think there was one that we also put in there that was from 22, 23. I didn't see one or couldn't find one that was previously done with Miss Bonnie. So I didn't have that as a reference to give you all, but one of y'all may have a copy of that, and I
Let me
don't
talk
have
to Miss Teresa about that, because we made some changes to it.
Okay,
Miss Bonnie was here,
okay.
but I'm not quite sure where that is, but I remember that being done. Jessica, you're remembering
I
that too?
remember, yes.
Yeah, we spent a
Because
lot
we
of
went
time
through
on
line
it.
by line, yes.
And
Okay.
then I made,
Because this
Okay.
second one, the 22, 23 one,
that's the one we took everything out of.
yes, it's
Okay.
ridiculous, so.
Okay,
I will say that the sample, and Miss Courtney, we need to give you that one. That was put into the retreat packet.
Oh, then I have
you
it
have
now.
that.
She
But
did.
you got it? I really liked that
I
one.
did like that one, yes.
So,
And we didn't do many changes or talk about many changes during the
To that?
retreat either.
no, we just all seemed to like it. What did you think about it? Did you like it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we didn't really,
We all thought it was it was more concise, in my opinion, and easier to read and understand, so, okay. Good deal.
with me looking at it, that looked like a good tool, but again, I just wanted y'all's thoughts and to know what I'm exactly gonna be scored on.
But you felt like that one was fair?
I felt like that was fair.
Okay.
And I even looked through, because I know one comment was made about just maybe picking parts of it. And so I read through it several times and I thought, well, it was hard to pick out just a few sections of it, because each part is very relevant to what I do each and every day or throughout the week. So, and it is a very fair tool,
Okay.
in my opinion.
All right, number 13. Miss Lisa Black needs to address, you've been busy tonight, needs to address the board concerning a contract with Verizon to install GPS trackers on the 2 driver ed cars and the 2 CTE Suburbans.
So this kind of came to light last year, that we really weren't training the driver's ed teachers or the CTE drivers, anybody that took our kids out. They really weren't getting any additional training as far as transporting children and what those rules were. So we come up, Miss Bonnie, Miss Crystal and I found a test program online. We purchased that. We had them take a little test. My drivers have to take tons of testing constantly. So this was just them doing a test. Also pull their MVRs every year with their motor vehicle report, just to make sure that they're not having any accidents or anything that we need to be aware of. And then the GPS tracking put on there so that we can monitor speed, accidents, whatever, that we're aware of what's going on with everything. So this is kind of left over from last year, but it's been pushed on down. Julie and I have talked about it several times. But we can pay this as an annual fee, so we would just pay a one-time fee for us for a year, and then we can look at it the next year and see how we liked it and what we thought about it. It's just another safety.
It's another safety,
It's a
and
safety
it's a safety, so we certainly don't want anything to happen, but should something happen, this gives us another safety net of, we were able to monitor and have that information, that we took this precaution.
Would something like this come out of your budget, Miss Lisa, or would it come out of the safety budget,
I
or
don't think it'll come out of mine.
yours? Okay, all right.
With the safety, I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah,
You
well,
can
it's a
add
safety
either
issue, but it's really student.
Transportation.
Transportation,
okay.
It's pupil transportation, so, yeah, it'll come out of mine.
So you said this is a one-time fee or an annual?
It's an annual fee, so we would pay it and then see how we used it, what we thought about it. This is kind of on the lower spectrum of pricing. It was really not very expensive to do this, and some of the other ones are $60,000, so. Yeah,
Oh
so
my goodness.
we just, this is just a little plug-in device, and it just kind of monitors speed, hard braking, just stuff like that. I mean, of course, with driver's ed, I know that,
There's gonna be
take
some
those
hard
in.
breaking.
That might be, that might be Mr. Haley over there like. Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's just a safety thing. It's just something that came up last year, and we need to make sure we're doing across the board for all of our.
So it would be a monthly cost.
No,
No?
we're gonna do an annual,
They're
just an
gonna do-
annual, yes,
okay.
they're gonna do just an annual cost.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can do that.
Yeah, my
So
husband's,
what's the cost, the yearly cost?
Well, it's. Let me add that.
yeah, my husband, his company, they have one of those plug in and
Yeah. that's what
time
this
you,
is.
they get an email, okay, you went too fast and they have to take a test. Or hard brake test, which I drove that tonight, so hopefully he doesn't.
He's not
Well, Rebecca,
monitoring
I was
you.
sitting here thinking, I'm glad that nobody puts that on mine.
2,350.
He calls it
A
his
year?
babysitter.
Oh, well, that's-
No, it's not
Great.
bad at all.
What, how much did you say?
$2,350. $2,350. It's a little less than
No.
that.
It's not bad at all.
No, so it was much, I mean, if it goes good for us, why would we not? You know, I've talked to other counties and that's what they do with their, they call it their white fleet, but that's what they do with theirs.
Okay. All right, any more questions for Miss Lisa? Thank you for thinking through that, ladies. Number 14 is the director's comments. You wanna save those for
Yes.
Thursday night, or you have anything tonight?
Yeah, well, I just wanna, Mr. Nichols is here, and so I just wanna, thank him for hosting the Veterans Program today, and just what a nice program that was, and the Legion that put it on. It's always an honor to get to, or a privilege to honor the veterans, and so it's a very nice program. Thank you, Mr. Nichols, for hosting that. And then I'll save the rest for Thursday night, okay?
Okay,
All
that
right.
sounds good. All right. And the chair's comments are 15. I will always leave those to Derek. And so Derek will have those on Thursday night. And Thursday night will be 6 p.m. at the elementary school and middle school cafeteria. Anybody have anything else, ladies? Okay. We're glad that Miss Maggie's here with us tonight. Yeah, it's so nice to have you, Maggie. Welcome. So, all right, if that's it, we will adjourn and see each other on Thursday night.